You are waking up at 3 in the morning again, not because something is wrong, but because your body might be whispering something you have never noticed before. It is 3:12 in the morning. You are lying there, staring at the ceiling. The house is quiet, not a single sound. But your mind? It is wide awake, and you are probably wondering, why does this keep happening? Why now, at this hour, night after night? What if I told you this moment, this exact moment right here, is not meaningless? What if your body is trying to send you a message about your heart, your health, your hormones, and something deeper inside you? Today, we are going to talk about something that so many women over 60 quietly face. Waking up too early, sometimes at 2:30, sometimes at 3:15, sometimes once a week, sometimes every night. You may have chalked it up to aging or brushed it off as just the way things are. But it is not that simple. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn may not just help you sleep better. It may help you understand your body and your life in a whole new way. 1. Emotional roots of 3 a.m. We begin not with the body, but with the heart. Because for many women, waking up at 3 in the morning is not just a sleep issue. It is something far more tender. It is emotional. Margaret is 76 years old. She lost her husband 3 years ago. They had been married for over 50 years. Now, every morning at exactly 3:12, she wakes up. Not from pain, not from noise, but from silence. There is no snoring beside her, no shifting of weight on the other side of the bed. Her mind knows she is alone. Her heart remembers what it used to feel like to rest next to someone, and she is not alone in this. Many women wake up in those early dark hours, between 3 and 5 in the morning, and feel something stir inside them. Sometimes it is sadness. Sometimes it is memory. Sometimes it is worry about a child or a whisper of regret from years ago. And sometimes it is love. Love that never went away, just changed shape. If this sounds familiar, take a deep breath. You are not broken. You are human. Your mind is not failing you. It is processing what the daytime does not have room to hold. So, what can you do when this happens? Start with something gentle. You can try writing down what is on your mind, not to solve it, just to release it. Some women pray. Some simply breathe in the quiet, placing a hand over their chest and saying, "I hear you." That is all. And sometimes, that is enough to rest again. You do not need to fight these moments. You can walk through them, kindly. Coming up next, we will explore a silent change in your body that may also be waking you at the same time every night. Something hormonal, but not hopeless. Stay with me. 2. Melatonin's quiet decline. Let us talk about something small but powerful, melatonin. You might have heard of it before. It is often called the sleep hormone, and for good reason. Melatonin helps your brain know when it is time to sleep and when it is time to wake. But here is what many people do not know. After the age of 60, your body starts producing less melatonin. By the time you are 70, the difference is significant. That does not mean you cannot sleep, but it does mean your sleep may not last as long or feel as deep. Think of it like this. When you were younger, your body had a full team of helpers supporting your sleep through the night. As you age, that team gets smaller. Melatonin is one of the most important helpers, and now it may be quietly stepping back. This is why you may fall asleep just fine, maybe even early, around 9 or 9:30 in the evening. But then, around 3 o'clock, you are awake, eyes open, mind alert, and it feels like your body just gave up on the idea of rest. Darlene, a woman I spoke with recently, is 71. She told me she kept waking up at 3:20 in the morning every single night. She thought it was stress or maybe just aging. But after some gentle changes, she realized it was her environment. You see, every night at 9 o'clock, Darlene would check the news on her tablet before bed. The light from that screen, especially the blue light, was signaling her brain to hold back on releasing melatonin. She did not know it, but she was making it harder for her body to stay asleep. When she replaced that tablet time with something softer, an audiobook, dimmed lights, and no screen exposure after 8:30, her sleep began to shift. She still woke early sometimes. But now, it was 5 o'clock, not 3, and she felt more rested. Melatonin is sensitive. It responds to your surroundings. Bright lights in the evening, loud sounds, stressful conversations, even certain medications. All of these can interfere with how much melatonin your body releases and when. So, what can you do? Protect your evenings like you would protect a child's bedtime. Dim your lights after dinner. Turn off screens an hour before sleep. Try a warm bath or soft music. And if you feel like your mind is racing, write a few words down before you close your eyes. Nothing fancy, just enough to tell your brain, I am ready to rest. You do not need to take melatonin supplements unless your doctor recommends it. Most of the time, your body just needs better conditions to do its natural work. Coming up next, we will talk about a deeper shift inside your body. A natural change in your internal clock that might be causing your early wake-ups, even if everything else feels fine. 3. Circadian rhythm shifts. Now let us talk about something built into every one of us, your internal clock, known as your circadian rhythm. This rhythm tells your body when to feel sleepy and when to wake up. It is influenced by things like light, temperature, activity, and age. And here is the important part. As you grow older, that internal clock begins to shift forward. This shift has a name. It is called phase advance. What does that mean? It means your body naturally starts getting tired earlier in the evening, maybe 8 o'clock or 8:30 instead of 10, and you wake up earlier, often long before sunrise. Florence is 73. She spent most of her adult life going to bed around 11 and waking up at 7. But over the past few years, she noticed a quiet but steady change. By 8:30 at night, she felt heavy-eyed. And no matter what she did, she woke up at 4 in the morning, sometimes even 3:45, with no alarm, no noise, and no real reason. At first, she fought it. She stayed up late watching television, scrolling her phone, hoping to fix her sleep. But it only made her feel groggy the next day. Finally, after learning about phase advance, she decided to stop resisting. She adjusted her evenings, turning them quieter and softer by 7 o'clock. She allowed her body to sleep when it asked, and she embraced her early mornings with tea, writing, or simply sitting on her porch as the sky turned from navy to light blue. It became a time of peace. The truth is, if you are waking up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and you went to bed at 8:30 or 9, your body might not be failing you. It may have simply completed a full cycle of rest. The challenge is not that you woke up early. The challenge is how it feels. If you wake feeling refreshed and calm, then perhaps nothing needs to be fixed. But if you wake feeling restless, foggy, or agitated, then your rhythm may be out of alignment with your lifestyle. Here is something to ask yourself. What time did I fall asleep last night? Did I get at least 6 or 7 hours? If the answer is yes, then waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning may not be a problem. It may be your body's way of saying, I'm done resting for now. But if the answer is no, if you tossed and turned until midnight and still woke up too early, then we need to look at other causes. Circadian rhythms are also influenced by exposure to natural light. Many older adults spend most of their time indoors. Without morning sunlight, your brain does not get the signal that says, It is daytime now. That missing signal can confuse your sleep-wake cycle. That is why a short walk in the morning, sitting near a bright window, or even opening the curtains right after you wake can help regulate your rhythm. Also, be aware that your rhythm may shift faster during times of emotional stress, after retirement, or when you experience loss or major change. These events can disrupt the structure of your days, which in turn confuses your body's timing system. In short, your circadian rhythm is still working. It may just need help syncing up again. Try this. Go to bed around the same time every night. Wake up around the same time every morning, even on weekends. Get light exposure within an hour of waking. Avoid bright screens and strong lights for at least 1 hour before bedtime. And most of all, stop judging your early wake-ups as failures. They are just signals. Coming up next, we will talk about something that might be waking you up without you even realizing it. Tiny disturbances in your bedroom that your brain has become more sensitive to with age. 4. Light, noise, and the fragile brain. As we age, our brains go through many subtle changes. One of the most overlooked is this. Our sleep becomes lighter. You may have noticed it yourself. You used to sleep through thunder, barking dogs, or cars outside. But now, a flicker of light from the hallway, a soft creak in the house, even a blinking charger light. These are enough to pull you out of sleep. That is not in your head. It is real. And it is part of the aging brain's new relationship with rest. Here is what is happening. When you were younger, your sleep was divided into deep, middle, and light stages. Deep sleep, the kind that lets your body fully restore, took up more of the night. As you grow older, your brain begins to spend more time in light sleep and less in the deepest stages. Light sleep has a purpose. It keeps you slightly aware of your environment, but it also makes you more vulnerable to interruptions. Clara is 75, a retired teacher. She was waking up at 2:47 every single night, sometimes wide awake for an hour or more. There was no pain, no dreams, no thoughts keeping her up, just alertness. Until one night, she noticed something small. A green blinking light from her phone charger, flashing every 5 seconds on her nightstand. She turned it off. That night, she slept until 5:20. It seemed too simple to be the solution. But for her, it was the beginning of better sleep. The brain in its lightest stages of sleep is still aware. It listens. It responds. And it wakes you not only from sound or light, but from the expectation of it. Some people develop what we call anticipatory alertness. After decades of waking up at the same time, perhaps for work or for caregiving, your brain may still anticipate that moment, even if there is no longer a need. It becomes a habit of the nervous system. So, what can you do? First, assess your sleep environment. Are there tiny lights in your room? Power indicators, chargers, clocks? Try removing them. Cover or unplug electronics, or place a strip of tape over any small lights. Install blackout curtains, or use an eye mask to block early morning light. Even a small sliver of dawn through a curtain can trigger your brain to begin waking up. What about sound? Even faint noises, the hum of a refrigerator, a heating unit clicking on, a dog barking 2 houses down, can nudge you from sleep. Consider a white noise machine or a quiet fan to mask sudden sounds and create a steady background. These gentle, consistent noises help train your brain to stay in rest mode. Also, make your room cooler, not warmer. The body sleeps better in a slightly cool environment. A temperature between 62 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal for most people. Another thing to try: keep your bedroom for sleep only. No watching television in bed. No scrolling your phone. No working from the laptop. The more your brain associates the bedroom with rest and only rest, the more likely it is to stay in sleep mode longer. Finally, be gentle with yourself. If you do wake up early, do not panic. Do not check the clock and think, "Oh no, here we go again." That stress alone can make it harder to fall back asleep. Instead, try this. Say to yourself, "My body is adjusting. I am okay. Let me lie here and breathe." Sometimes, just that simple act of removing fear allows the body to relax again. Coming up next, we are going to explore something you may not expect: how hidden health conditions and even common medications could be quietly waking you far earlier than you intend. 5. Health conditions. Sometimes, waking up at 3 in the morning has nothing to do with your emotions, your environment, or your habits. Sometimes it is your body calling for attention, quietly, gently, and repeatedly. As we grow older, certain health conditions can begin to interfere with sleep, and often they do not feel dramatic. They are not always painful. They are simply disruptive enough to break your rest, again and again. Let us start with something very common: nighttime urination. It has a name: nocturia. It means waking up during the night to go to the bathroom, sometimes once, sometimes 2 or 3 times. As we age, the bladder holds less, and hormonal changes make it harder to sleep through the urge to go. Rosa, 68, thought her nighttime wake-ups were just aging. But after a regular doctor visit, she learned her blood pressure medication, taken in the evening, was acting as a mild diuretic. Her doctor suggested moving that dose to the morning instead. Within a few days, Rosa noticed she could sleep through the night, or at least until 5 in the morning, and she felt better. Next, let us talk about something even quieter: physical discomfort. You might not feel sharp pain, but maybe your hip feels tight, your lower back feels stiff, or your shoulders sink too deep into the mattress. These sensations might not wake you fully, but they can pull your body from deep sleep into light sleep. And from there, any little noise or flicker of light can nudge you awake. This is why comfort matters. Take notice. Does your pillow support your neck? Does your mattress give your hips enough cushion? Are you waking up sore or stiff? Sometimes, a simple adjustment, like stretching gently before bed, using a soft heat pack, or changing to a firmer pillow, can ease that low-level discomfort enough to help you sleep longer. Another hidden cause of early wake-ups is interrupted breathing. Conditions like snoring, nasal congestion, or sleep apnea can lead to shallow breaths and brief pauses in breathing. These do not always wake you completely, but they fragment your rest. You may not remember waking up, but your body does. Sleep apnea is more common than you might think, especially in women after menopause, and it does not always involve loud snoring. The clues can be subtle: waking up often, feeling groggy even after a full night in bed, or waking with a dry mouth. If you suspect this might be happening, talk with your doctor. You may be able to do a sleep study at home. Many people find relief and better sleep after just one change. Finally, there are other health issues that can disturb sleep in quiet ways. Low iron can cause restlessness. Thyroid imbalances can speed up your system or slow it down. Diabetes or blood sugar dips at night can cause you to wake up sweating or hungry. Even common medications, like steroids, decongestants, or some antidepressants, can make it harder to stay asleep. You do not have to figure this out alone. If your early wake-ups are new, or getting worse, it is worth bringing it up to your doctor. Ask clearly, could my medication or a health issue be waking me up? You might find that something simple can be changed, and your sleep can improve. So often, we assume these things are just part of aging. But aging is not the same as suffering. Your body still wants to rest. Sometimes it just needs a little help. In the next section, we will talk about your days, what you do, how you move, and why your quiet afternoons might be quietly stealing your restful nights. 6. Lack of daytime stimulation. Your night's sleep does not begin when your head hits the pillow. It begins hours earlier, with the rhythm of your day. For many older adults, especially women who are retired or living alone, the day can become quiet, too quiet. The hours pass slowly. You sit more than you move. Conversations are fewer. The television fills the space. And even though it feels restful, your brain is not getting what it needs to build the pressure that leads to deep sleep at night. This idea, called sleep pressure, is simple. The more awake, active, and stimulated your brain and body are during the day, the more they want to rest when night comes. If your day is filled with too much stillness, your body may not feel fully ready to sleep, and certainly not to stay asleep all night. Eleanor is 80 years old. She lives in a quiet, assisted living apartment. For months, she was waking up at 3 in the morning, every single night. She was not anxious. She was not in pain. But she could not sleep past that hour. When asked what her days looked like, Eleanor described something many can relate to. She spent most of the day watching television. She skipped meals when she was not hungry. She did not go outside much. Her doctor gently suggested 2 small changes. Go for a short walk in the morning light and join one group activity in the afternoon, even just once or twice a week. It seemed too simple to work. But within 2 weeks, Eleanor began sleeping until 4:30. Then 5. She felt more refreshed, and her mood lifted. You see, stimulation is not just about being busy. It is about engaging your senses: light, sound, movement, touch, even emotion. Here are a few small things you can do to help build healthy sleep pressure. Get natural light in the morning. Open the curtains, sit near a window, or go outside for even 10 minutes. Morning light is the strongest signal to your brain that it is time to be alert. That signal will help your brain know when it is time to wind down later. Move your body. You do not have to exercise intensely. Gentle stretching, walking around the block, tidying a room, even dancing to music in your kitchen, all of these count. Connect with others. A phone call, a visit with a neighbor, joining a book group. Laughter and conversation are powerful stimulants for the mind and heart. Do something new. Try a new recipe. Read a different kind of book. Work on a puzzle. These activities tell your brain, we are alive and engaged, and that energy builds better rest later. Also, try to create a simple structure for your day. Wake up at the same time each morning, even if you had a rough night. Eat meals at roughly the same times. Avoid long naps, especially in the late afternoon. Set a regular bedtime routine that helps your body prepare for rest. Structure creates rhythm. Rhythm creates balance. And balance supports deeper sleep. The truth is, your body wants to sleep. It is designed to sleep. But like anything in nature, it needs the right conditions: light, movement, meaning, to rest fully. If your days have become too quiet, too still, or too unstructured, your nights will often reflect that. But you do not need to overhaul your life. A few small changes, a little light, a little laughter, a little movement, can make a big difference. Coming up next, we will bring everything together. You will learn how to reflect gently on what you have heard, what your body may be trying to tell you, and what you can do next. With kindness, not pressure. So now that we've walked through the reasons, emotional, hormonal, environmental, and physical, why you may be waking up at 3 in the morning, let's pause. What spoke to you most? Was it the way your heart carries quiet grief into the night? Or maybe the shifts in your body, less melatonin, a lighter sleep, or a medication you never thought twice about? Whatever the reason, Know this: you are not alone, and your body is not broken. It is speaking in rhythms, in patterns, in early wake-ups. And when you listen with kindness, you can begin to rest again. Try one small shift. Dim your lights earlier. Step into the sun each morning. Let your days have just enough structure, just enough light, and just enough movement. And the next time you wake up early, remember, you don't have to fix everything. You just have to listen. If this video helped you, share it with someone you love. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We're building a space where rest, healing, and gentle insight are always welcome. Good night or good morning, wherever you are.